Welcome back. Are you ready for cold and flu season? It's on its way. Lots of people getting the flu shot, but is that the only option? It isn't. We have Siobhan Richmond Justice joining us today. She is from Nature's Fair, filling in fact, for Chantel Briscoe, who is on maternity leave now.
Yeah.
It's great to have you here.
Thank you.
Yeah. So I know for myself, I'll be honest, I had the flu shot. It's not something everyone believes in. A lot of people purposely don't get it. They don't believe in it. They don't think it does anything. That's fair. But there are other more natural alternatives, I understand, to maybe helping you ward off sicknesses.
Yeah, lots of different options. So you can see I've got just a small selection on the table here. There's if you go to Nature's Fair, there's like a whole section. There's a whole section dedicated to it.
I believe you. So if somebody walks in and says, what should I be using? What do you tell them? Is there one cure-all, like a super vitamin? Or I mean, what do you do?
So you know what? My first go-to is actually always something like this guy here, probiotics.
Right.
These are the good bacteria that live in our gut. So a lot of people tend to overlook them, but about 80% of our immune system is in our gut.
I hear that. I hear that whatever's going on in here has a huge impact on your whole body.
Huge impact. I mean, on all aspects of your health, but huge for your immune system.
Okay.
So doing something nice and strong, you know, somewhere in the 20 to 50 billion bacteria per capsule range is excellent for keeping your immune system nice and strong.
So how does that work? Like, these are capsules. So
yeah,
you just
these are
take
capsules.
One a day, or how does that work?
They're best taken at bedtime because that's when our guts are naturally sort of turning over the bacteria. There's more mucus in them, so the bacteria stick, as strange as that sounds.
Yes.
Yeah.
And that in itself will help ward off illness.
Huge for helping to fight not just you know, colds and flus, but also if you're eating something that's not so great, maybe it wasn't cooked properly or whatever's going on. Good for helping with that too.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Okay, so then we've got a few other things to talk about on the coffee table.
Yeah, so a few other options when you sort of start to feel something coming on. You know, you got that little scratch in your throat, maybe your nose starts to run. Things like the Sambu Guard or this guy here, they contain something called elderberry, and elderberry actually prevents viruses from being able to get into your cells. So it stops them from getting in there, and if a virus doesn't get into your cell, it can't replicate. So then your immune system doesn't have to mount quite as much of a defense.
What is elderberry?
Elderberry is actually, it's just a berry. It kind of looks similar to a grape.
Sure.
But it's a little bit more sour.
Okay. So is that something that you would mix up into a drink, or?
Yeah, both these guys here, they're concentrates. So you take a tablespoon or two of them and dilute them in about a glass of water.
Okay.
And then just drink that. The Sambu Guard, if you're feeling really sick, you know, you're starting to get the chills and the fevers, you can actually do a whole half a bottle, dilute that in a water bottle, and drink that throughout the day.
Will that actually cure you faster, or will it just, I mean, how much of an impact can it have on you if you're already sick?
So if you're already sick, it's still great. Typically, elderberry, most of the studies tend to show that if you get on it within the first 48 hours of coming down with that flu or cold, that it actually reduces your sick time by 3 days.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
Awesome. We only have a minute and a half left. Can you stand it? Let's talk about a couple of the last ones on the end there.
Okay, so these guys, the Antiviral, you can get it in a tincture or in a capsule. Excellent as a preventative or once you're already sick.
Okay.
But basically, they're going to help to not only kill off any bacteria or viruses, but they're also going to help to actually boost your natural immune system.
And what's in that? What is it that makes it so powerful?
So these guys, they also have echinacea, which is a fairly common theme throughout most of the anti-cold and flu products. They've also got mushrooms in there. It's the reishi mushroom, so also, again, good for your immune system.
Awesome. There's a lot of options, clearly.
Tons of options.
If you were to pick one of these things to go with, which one would it be? Would it be the old Flora?
Can I pick two?
Totally.
It would be the probiotic.
Yeah.
And then if you're feeling sick, these guys actually are little chewable capsules. You just bite them and they burst open in your mouth, and they have a wonderful decongesting property, but then they also have that echinacea in there again to help boost your immune system.
So both of those things.
Yeah.
All right, here's to not getting sick this year. I don't like getting sick. Who does, right? No. But it seems like we all come down with one thing throughout the winter. So if you can help stave that off, perhaps these things will help. Thank you so much for being here today, Siobhan.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, it's great to have you on the show. And Siobhan will be joining us once a month for the next year or so. So we're looking forward to that. Information on the screen, naturesfair.com. Quick break. We'll be right back. Stay with us.